Good morning, beautiful family. How are you, lovies? It is Tuesday, June the 4th, 2024, and these are your oracles for the day. All right. Sorry about the lighting. It is bright in here, but that's all right. Work Your Light Oracle is deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. All right. The most selfless thing you can do is to fill up your own inner well. When we're running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile? Overspilling with life? It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good coffee at your favorite cafe, attending a women's circle, reading about sacred sites, spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach, or yin yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all things around you, for there is more than enough to go around. Maybe it's a nap. Do we get permission? It says rest. We get permission to take a nap today. That is a very individual thing. So find what makes you tick and go, and make sure that you give yourself enough of that. Because remember the old phrase, you're no good to anybody else if you can't help yourself first, okay? You have to feel good and be right. And if you need a break, take a break. All right, I have to do it. Okay, now moving on to our Gaia Oracle today. It is number 44, and that's Ocean of Eternal Love. Healing, creativity, fertility. We have a lot of fertility here today. Ocean of Eternal Love. It is said that love conquers all. And this is especially true for you at the moment. Something is resolved and healed through love. What was previously barren now becomes fertile. A seed is planted and you are the co-creator. The conditions are favorable. The timing is right. A new creation awaits you. The birth of something new brings joy and excitement. The forever changing seasons of eternity turn their invisible wheel, and a new cycle begins. A new image is born. Remember that love heals, love brings resolution, love conquers, love creates, love is eternal. All right, now moving on to our shamanic healing today, number 36, grounding. Grounding. Remember, that's not the discipline grounding that we had as a teenager. This is grounding to make sure we are connected. Basically, and our heads don't pop off, right? Okay. As humans, our bodies are of the earth. It is a natural inclination when we experience uncomfortable emotions or energy to ground it out, much in the way a ground wire works with electrical current. However, with so much in our modern lives that cause us to be disconnected from Creator, we tend to gravitate towards false grounding. Overeating, smoking, drinking, recreational drugs are common ways some try to ground. These items are of the earth, but they are not the earth. This is not a true grounding, and as such as it cannot sustain. It doesn't last. What ends up happening is that, as with most experiences that are false, we need more and more to achieve the same result. To truly ground and connect to both the earth and God, practice consciously connecting your energy to the earth. You should not be getting your energy outside yourself, but directly from the divine. This is achieved through meditation, energy works, mindfulness, and prayer. Find a way that works for you and practice it. By drawing this card, you're being asked to look at areas in your life where you may be employing false grounding as a coping mechanism. And I know coping mechanisms, vices, things like that are sought out more now because of the stress that this enslavement, entrapment that the so-called powers that be have put us under. So we look for ways to ease the pain when we really need to understand, and myself included, that God eases the pain. We have to go within, okay? I totally get it. Give yourself a little mercy and grace, and just remember, you're a work in progress, okay? All right, Sacred Traveler today is choosing your path. All is possible. And that's right, all is possible through God. I just glanced at the camera. Boy, this is bright. It's either really, really dark or really, really bright. I'm not going to complain about the light. Okay. Choosing life on your terms. Move beyond those situations that you've outgrown. Sometimes to be free, the traveler needs to put down his pack and just keep walking. There's times to live an ordinary life, but there are also times to cast ordinary things aside and fling your arms to the heavens in joy. You're not on this planet to always meet the needs and expectations of others. You're here to explore, expand, and step into your extraordinary self. Don't unconditionally accept the rules you have placed on yourself or that others have placed on you. Choose pathways that lead to greater freedom and happiness. Well, always meeting the needs and expectations of others kind of goes along with deep replenishment and that eternal love that we need to hunt down, because we can't always fix everybody else when we haven't even worked on ourselves, right? All right, so choose your path that works best for you, and hopefully it's the less stressful one, okay? All right, whatever your shoulda, coulda, woulda question is today, or the angels are answering improving health. All right. I know, we can all improve our health. Okay, the angels want you to know that the health of the person you asked about is going to improve. You can request the assistance of Archangel Raphael and your guardian angels to speed along the recovery. This card may also be urging you to make more healthful choices in your life. If you're feeling called to detox from harmful foods or substances, you should follow that guidance. Removing unhealthy practices from your life will make you feel vibrant and strong. And I know it's very hard to do because it takes so long to clean up the foods and poisons that they keep sending us, make us breathe, make us eat, drink, whatever. I understand that. Go slow. And it's going to be a slow process because we can't detox so fast. That can actually be a shock to the system, so that's not healthy either. So take the time, do baby steps. Don't do it all at one time, because that brings discouragement. Okay, all right, so we have your healing therapy today, and that's unconditional love. A lot of love today, a lot of fertility today, making the right choices. My heart is free from resentment towards others. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I'm aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. Yeah, unconditional love comes from God, and He loves us unconditionally. We have to try to take a page from His book and treat others that way as well. Very hard to do sometimes when there's toxic people. I get it. But that unconditional love sometimes means letting them go, because it's healthier for them and it's healthier for you. Okay? All right. Your starseed oracle today is cracked open. Okay, well, hopefully it's not our head like this picture. But that means probably, yeah, it says rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. cracked open. We hopefully this doesn't mean you have a splitting headache today. It just means that there's more to you than these meat sacks, okay? And sometimes life serves us lemons, as they say. Are you prepared to make the lemonade? All right. Rock bottom. Okay. Don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body. At the center front of your life, it's through the extreme pressure of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open. Okay, well, I understand what they mean in a spiritual sense. Wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. Well, there's plenty of light in here today. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to move more fully enter. Okay, when your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials and your sorrows, your pains and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibilities that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and your hurt happen for you, not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Okay, so that kind of gives us an insight. Sometimes those trials and tribulations and things that happen to us, first of all, one of the possibilities is that we chose it, because that helps us learn and grow as we're here, okay? And you really, when you get pushed to the brim, you really find out who the true you is. So who are you? And then as Mufasa says, remember who you are. You are of the divine creator, okay? You are a spirit living a physical body experience, all right? Not the other way around. Remember, your spirit is eternal. It's forever. These meat sacks that we live in, a pain in the arse most of the time, but remember, it's temporary, and we have to go through a lot. So does the pain and sorrows of our heart, but they help us grow, and they lead us back to God. You know, everybody says God will never give you more than you can handle. I always call BS on that, because the reason God gives you so much that you feel overwhelmed and you can't handle it is because He wants you to turn to Him to fix it. Take a page out of my book. When it gets to be too much, now I don't even sit and ponder on it and try to come up with a plan. I just go, nope, it's yours. I'm not doing this. And it works, because that's what He wanted you to do all along. Okay? All right. Now, your telepathy tree oracle today is soul. Your soul was preparing to reestablish trust in the process. We are a work in progress. All right? The soul is eternal love. It's unconditional love. But are we replenishing it? Are we making sure we're choosing paths that fulfill it? Okay? Ground it. You can't put the soul in a box to a point, but you can make sure that it's at peace. And maybe that is improving your health. Okay? Maybe you have to allow it to get cracked open. But that's how the soul grows. That's how it learns. Just remember to love it through the process. Okay? Your final card today, the extra tarot that I pull, is the beautiful major arcana of the Empress. And she is about the divine feminine, abundance. She's not another Gaia card, because obviously she's Earth. All right? This is about fertility. We talked a lot about fertility in these cards today. Now, that doesn't mean having babies. It can. but it means it's a rebirth for you spiritually and your soul. Allow yourself to grow and bloom. The Empress doesn't need anybody to remind her how powerful she is. So whatever that means to you, find, deep dig, replenish that soul, and know that you are abundant. God intends you to be abundant in all aspects, not just financial, but your health, your spiritual well-being, and that unconditional eternal love. All right? Remember that. Some people like to do affirmations, then do them. Some people don't need them, then don't do them. You do you, boo. But just make sure that you understand that unconditional love and where it comes from, and love on yourself. And if you need to take a nap to replenish, go for it, lovey. All right? Those are your oracles for this fine Tuesday. I will see you later today on King's Show in the chat. And tomorrow's roundtable I will host. And we'll try to get some information on these bloodlines, okay? With that being said, y'all have a very blessed day. And remember, I love ya.